but they were very different people, meaning James Dean was an actor, so everybody knows what he looked like, what he sounded like, what he moved like, and that all of those things were also very crucial to our idea of James Dean, and so for that role, the inner life, you know, reading about his childhood and losing his mom at age 7, and then when that happened, his father put him on a train with the coffin to go back to Indiana and live with his aunt and uncle. So essentially, he lost both parents at age 7, and I think that had a lot to do with who he was and his both need for approval because he lost his parents, and also kind of this anti-authority thing because his father rejected him. And so, and you can see that in the roles he played too. And so that was the inner life, but the outer life was just as important. So I'd work on, you know, just getting the physicality down, practicing the hunch, practicing smoking, practicing, you know, because he smoked in a, you know, very specific kind of cool way or whatever. I mean, you know, it's crucial to who he is. If you don't, as soon as, you know, that character hits the screen, it's like people are going to be like, all right, is he doing it? Is he doing it? You know, and all of that kind of goes into it. So the physicality of all of that was incredibly important, as well as the inner life. You know, you also have to kind of back up the behavior with, you know, authentic kind of emotion and life underneath. And so for that role, it was about the inner and outer. For Aaron Ralston, you know, people don't know what he looked like or, you know, how he sounded in the same way that they know James Dean. It's not what's really primary about that story or that role. What's primary is the experience that he went through and making that as authentic as possible. And so, and this actually wasn't my choice, it was Danny Boyle's choice, the director. Like, we didn't have Aaron on set during the shooting. Danny didn't want him there. We met with him, you know, extensively beforehand. He took us through every step of the way of getting trapped and what he tried to do to get out, and then cutting his arm off, and how did you feel, and all this stuff, and what did you do exactly. But then we didn't need him there to kind of, after we got all that, we didn't need him there to say like, well, actually my arm was like that, you know, like, you know, and I always have a special tick when I, you know, like whatever, like we don't, that's not crucial to Aaron Ralston. What's crucial is the conveying the experience. And so once we knew kind of everything that he went through, Danny and I went and shot, and he shot it in such a way that I could have my own experience. I could go through all the motions that Aaron went through, short of, you know, dehydrating myself for real and cutting my own arm off. But in that way, it's not like I had to put on a performance from the outside. We could just go and do it, like really try to get out, really try to throw that thing over the rock, you know. And so the behavior, which was most crucial, and the going through the experience, which was most crucial, had its own room to kind of breathe and be real. And so like we could do scenes for 20 minutes, and I could just get really exhausted, and it'd be, you know, authentic exhaustion rather than, all right, and you're really tired in the scene, and action. You know, I'd just be really tired.
Do you, working on the various projects, either the ones that you're on or your own, do you prefer a certain scale production? Do you